Welcome to the Medicaid Chronic Care Pre-Screening. This piece was developed specifically for you, the applicant or family, to help you through what can be an overwhelming and intimidating process. We understand that this is a difficult time for you, but it is a necessary step in getting the assistance needed. We are here to help you as much as we are able to, so please let us know if you don't understand something. However, please understand that we cannot give you legal advice. If you need legal advice, please consult with an attorney. We will be going over the packets of material that you have in front of you, page by page, to assist you in completing the questions on the applications and the additional forms included. During this video, if there's anything you want repeated, simply stop the DVD and go back to the page you wish to see or hear again. This will allow you to proceed at your own pace, and if you still have any questions at the end of our presentation, please feel free to let the attendant know before you leave today. It's very important that you understand our process and are prepared to give us the required documentation, also referred to as verification or proof. This can be an extensive list of documentation that you will be required to provide, as indicated throughout the application with the shaded notation, "Send proof." That's why it's best if you gather as much of this documentation as you can in advance to submit with your application. The sooner you provide all the requested documentation, the sooner our worker will be able to make a determination of financial eligibility of the applicant. To start with, you should have a packet of materials in front of you. The forms have been placed in the same order as this presentation, so you can follow along as we describe each form and what it will mean to you. The first form is a 9-page blue and white Access New York healthcare application. And the second form is a separate 6-page Supplement A application, specifically for those who are 65 or older, certified blind or certified disabled of any age, not certified disabled but chronically ill, institutionalized and applying for coverage of nursing home care. This includes care in a hospital that is equivalent to nursing home care. This application for government assistance is a legal instrument and must be filled out completely and accurately. All the questions must be answered. If the question does not apply, please check the boxes provided or write "Not applicable." If you do not provide all the information, it could affect the applicant's eligibility. Therefore, please be sure that whoever is filling out the answers knows the correct information. If you aren't sure of the correct information, it's best you wait until you have consulted with the applicant or his or her representative to make sure that you are providing accurate information to us. When you are finished, it must be signed and dated by the applicant or his or her power of attorney. In addition to these 2 applications, there are several other forms that we will be explaining to you. Please set those additional papers aside for now as we go through the application forms. The first application is titled Access New York Healthcare. Page 1, Section A, Applicant's Information. First name, middle initial, and last. The primary phone number for the applicant, if they are to be personally contacted, and what type of number are we calling, home phone, cell phone, work number, or other. We would also like a secondary phone number where that applicant can be reached if available. Please tell us what language you speak and read, and indicate the applicant's home address, mailing address, and the contact person's information, name, address, and phone. You will see in the shaded area an optional section where you may check a box to indicate if the applicant would like us to contact this person for any of the reasons listed below. Apply for and/or renew Medicaid for the applicant. Discuss the applicant's Medicaid application or case if needed. Get notices and correspondence. Section B, Household Information. Please provide a list of everyone applying and anyone else living in the home, including a spouse or other legally responsible relative. In New York State, an adult's legally responsible relative means his or her spouse. If you have a child in need of chronic care Medicaid, the legally responsible relative for that child would be the parents. We will need all the information about them filled in, and we will need proof of certain information as indicated by the notation "Send proof." We are going to need the names and relationships of everyone who is or was residing with the applicant if the applicant is now in a hospital or nursing home. We will also need their dates of birth and social security numbers on the same lines. You will see spaces below for any other names the applicant may be known by, such as a maiden name in the case of a married applicant. Page 2, Section B. Household information is continued. Page 3, Section C. Household income. This is divided into sections for specific types of income. If you or your legally responsible relative have such income, you will need to answer the questions listed below and provide us with documentation to verify it, as indicated by the notation "Send proof." The first type of income is earnings from work, such as wages, salaries, commissions, tips, etc., as written on that line. It also asks if either you or your legally responsible relative are self-employed or have no earning, to check the appropriate box on that line. The next type of income is unearned income, such as Social Security benefits, disability payments, unemployment, etc. It also asks if you and your legally responsible relative have no unearned income, to check that box on that line. The next is contributions, money from relatives or friends, roomers or boarders, etc., as written on that line. Check the box on that line if there are no contributions. And the last type of income is for any other, as written on that line, or that you may have. Check the box if there are none. On this same page are 6 additional questions related to income or the lack of income and how you are supported. Page 4, Section D, Health Insurance. There are 5 questions about health insurance you may already have, may no longer have, or is available but you have not accessed, perhaps due to the additional expense. Please answer all of the questions, check all the boxes that apply, and be sure to provide proof where indicated. Section E, Housing Expenses. There are 3 questions. Section F, Blind, disabled, chronically ill, or nursing home care. Because you are applying for chronic care Medicaid, you will complete this section too. There are 2 questions. Please answer each and note that it is informing you to complete the Supplemental A application. However, you still need to finish answering all the questions first in this Access New York healthcare application. Page 5, Section G, Additional Health Questions. There are 5 questions relating to paid or unpaid medical or prescription bills within the last 3 months or older. If you moved to Onondaga County or New York State recently, or have a pending injury lawsuit or workers' compensation case. Anything you answer yes to will need to be verified. Section H, Parent or spouse not living in the household or deceased. Please read it through carefully and complete it as required. Verification of all resources currently owned or owned at one time for up to a maximum of 60 months as needed according to regulations at the time of application. All trusts ever owned, all transfers into a trust within the last 60 months, and all other resources such as life insurance, burial space, safety deposit boxes, etc. Page 6, Section I, Health Plan Section. As noted, if you are in receipt of Medicare, you do not need to complete this section. If you are not on Medicare, you will need to choose one of our managed care health plans, or one will be assigned automatically. Section J, Signature. Before signing and dating this application, please read the agreement on this page and the terms, rights and responsibilities on pages 7 and 8.